right, a lovely morning to you out there. Thank you for joining us on this program, Daybreak Tuesday's edition. On this program, we talk about family life, talk about health, the environment, and other issues that concerns humans. I'm Josephine Ayomanor, and Peggy is with me this morning. Peggy, good morning.
Jojo, good morning. Viewers, good morning. You're on to your Daybreak Tuesday edition. Welcome to the program.
All right, let's see what the papers are saying this morning before we go for our family segment. On the Punch newspaper this morning, APC presidential ticket, Adamu's consensus plot phase, 21 aspirants in battle royal. Lawan, Tinubu's group list conditions for consensus, warns against illegality. Owo massacre survivors, victims' families groan as can NGF protest. That was a very sad one, on a Sunday morning. It was so sad. And Peg, maybe during our discussion we were talking about it. I don't know what those people are there. Whether they are saying, maybe there are some of them are mad. You just go to a church to kill innocent people for no just reason. Or maybe they are taking something that is... All right, we'll look on that during our conversation. 3,135 candidates with IUTME scores denied admission. This is attributed to JAM. Oshiobughie, Senator Adeyeye's inconsistency as a sign of dishonesty. APC youth groups reject power shift decision by northern governors. Controversy surrounds NDLEA construction of cells in Lagos. Lagos Okada ban destruction targeted at northerners. Wow. That is attributed to CGN. For more details, you get your Punch newspaper. Moving on, Lagos community laments court attacks, police arrest 14. There is killing, there is courtesy, there is drug, and everything is just going on. And not talking about the economic hardship most of us are facing. God help Nigeria.
Amen.
Zamfara bandits miss as permanent secretary target abduct 4 daughters. Wow. Kwara Copper 18 undergraduate nabbed for internet fraud. Crude oil export jumped by 194%, hit 5.6 trillion naira in 3 months. E-payments, Nigerians spending on utility bills soars by 387%. COVID-19 orders delay acquisition of aircraft for national carrier. This is attributed to the CEO. Minimum wage Bayelsa local government monthly wage be it 1.2 billion. All right, that's for Punch this morning. Let's see what the Vanguard is saying this morning. APC convention appeal court stops NAS from imposing statutory delegate. Armed robbers attacked Abuja estate, not bandits. This attributed to police. No excuse for poverty in Niger Delta. Maximize opportunities. PAP tests ex-agitators. Murder, absence of suspect stores murder trial of 4 in Port Harcourt. Omo Agege unfit to govern Delta. This is attributed to Amiku. Stop using police, DSS to harass Ogbaru market leaders, court orders, Anambra government. Undercover police operatives kill suspected kidnappers in Delta. We can go on and on, but you just need to grab your papers this morning to know what is going on around you. We should stop Peggy. Most people, they don't even know what's happening.
No,
you will be telling them, oh, this is happening because they're either listening to one music
or the other. Or just even sitting down at home doing nothing because of what is happening around. They will just sit down.
I can't keep myself.
Yes.
All right. Nigeria is a great country, and no matter what we are going, whatever we are going through right now, it will pass.
Yeah,
it's a phase. It will pass. Yes. But it's just for those in authority to do the needful. They should wake up and do the needful. When something happens like this, people will just cry. They must say, oh, after that, it will just pass. There's no proactive measures to
No, at
prevent such again. Although it's just close by.
Very close.
I was thinking, last night I couldn't sleep. I said, God forbid, God forbid that something come close to us. It will not happen. Your plans will not succeed.
At all, in Jesus'
whatever you
name.
are planning will not succeed.
At
Edo
all.
State is protected.
It's protected, yes.
And the Christians will say, Amen.
Amen, yes,
All right,
protected.
thank you. Let's say on our family segment. On this program, we talk about families. Family is the bedrock of the society. Whatever we are saying right now is as a result of a failed family.
A failed family.
And in each family, they have roles to play. Are the fathers playing their roles? Are the mothers playing their roles? What about the children? Whatever we are saying right now, the complaints, oh, this is going on, this is happening.
Everything started from the family.
From the family.
Yes.
Those young men or old men that went to the St. Francis Catholic Church to do that massacre,
yes.
they are from families.
Yes.
So, and if the family is good, the family is okay, nobody will just go and kill
Nobody
someone.
will do that.
Peggy, let's talk about what we have. We're talking about fathers this morning. What are our fathers doing? In those days, they will tell you, who is your father? So that they will just know your history.
They just know your history.
Do people even ask who is your father anymore?
No,
I've
they
had
don't-
some
no,
politicians
no,
who say,
they don't
who
do
is your
that.
father? Some
They
politicians do say. All right, Peggy,
Okay.
let's go ahead.
Okay, this morning we'll be looking at a father's legacy, because this month is the Father's month, and on the 19th we'll be celebrating Father's Day. You understand? So for that, we want to dedicate this our program, Daybreak Tuesday edition, to fathers, and that's why we are looking at father's legacy.
Okay.
You understand?
All right, thank you so much for that. Talking about fathers' legacies, I hope most of us are treating our fathers well. Most of the time we celebrate Mother's Day, everyday mother.
Mother.
Even the singles celebrate. What about our men, our crown to the women? What is happening today? But this month we are celebrating you. We're giving you a chance. Just talk to us. Father's legacies. Let's introduce our guest this morning.
Okay, this
Those of
morning
them
we have with us this morning Reverend Dr. Isaac
Oshiobughie. You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome, sir. And also we have Pastor Dr.
Ayomanor.
Imasuen Ayo.
Ayomanor.
Ayomanor.
Peggy,
You're
all
welcome.
right. All right, these are the men that will be
Yes.
talking to us this morning. Let me go to Pastor Ayomanor. What is going on with our fathers? Are they okay right now? How are you feeling that in what is going on in our society? As a father, as a pastor, as a man, what are your feelings right now?
You know, this is a very good question. The reason being that I, for one, have always conceived this fear. It's something that has overwhelmed me for a while now. Someone said, good fathers yesterday, give birth to children that we see today.
Okay.
And the children that we see today are going to give birth to the, children that we're going to have tomorrow. So the question is this: if with all the discipline that our fathers of yesterday, inculcated into the generation that we see today, everything they did for us to have the generation of people that we see today, and yet we have so much vices, yet we have so much so much uncultured children, uncultured fathers, even uncultured fathers that are without values. So you ask yourself, what kind of generation are we going to be expecting tomorrow? This is something that should be worrisome, something that should be, something that everybody should begin to worry about as food for thought. Because right now, we are in a generation of anything goes. You hear people say things like school na scam. Those days, people from Nigeria send their children abroad, and from here they fund their education. From Nigeria, they fund their education. That's because they know the importance of what. In fact, there used to be a common saying that education is the best legacy that you can bequeath your children. So you wonder if today now, that slogan, education is the best legacy that can be given to children. Even parents now Fathers now are beginning to use words like school and scam. You begin to wonder, what kind of generation are we going to be seeing next? So I, for one, I can't tell you categorically that I'm pleased with the kind of fathers that we see today. Not all fathers, but majority of the fathers that we see today are not sitting up to their duty.
Reverend Dr. Oshiobughie, your take, your feelings, what is just going on?
First of all, I want to go by the Bible quote from Proverbs 13, verse 12. It says, a good father lays good legacies for the children, not just the children. And today there are many fathers, many fathers have failed. The majority of the problems that we are having today is from even the father. Many fathers have failed, they are absent, they are no longer at home. They are busy elsewhere with other activities. Their children don't have them around. When fathers are on ground, maybe they go to work, they're coming, and the child hears that the father is coming. Even the mother will quickly go and tell the child, "Daddy is coming." You see the child running and trying to put things, right. But these days, even the children don't have fear for their father. Even when the father is coming, it's like, "Guy, how far now?" They talk to their father as if they are. We have seen cases where most of these they are coming from the Western world. And our children who were sent there or who were living with their parents in the Western world, had to come back to Nigeria and allow their family members to bring them up with in fact, we lost our tradition, our culture. We lost it. And that's why it's difficult. It's not going to be easy to really correct, So when the father has lost his place, one is not around, never around, he's absent, he's not there to. For a single parent to bring up children is not easy, and the mother cannot do much because the mother is always a weaker vessel, and she can't really do much. So when it comes to leaving legacies, the man is not there. His resources are scattered, so he can't really be established, and he won't be able to make any impact.
All right,
for the children.
Before we go for the morning news, we're talking about fathers. They don't. Some of them are not around, but we have some. They are around, and still, they can't. They are not doing what they are supposed to do as fathers. What do you say about that? Most of the time, their upbringing too was also not good, so they have nothing to offer. So they can only give their worst, and their children learn from them. So the foundation is already destroyed, and even the Bible says, what can the righteous do? So what can they really do? They can't really impact their children. So if they are around, the children go to school, they come back home, they don't go through the children's books to know if they actually went to school. Some of them are going, like a good father, when he sees the movement of the children, of the child, he knows what the child is up to. Say, come here, let me check your bag. And you are bringing them up. So what you are doing for them is for their future.
Okay, all right. Talking about absentee fathers, some fathers they may not be around because of work, but they always communicate with their children. You see them always on phone. What are you doing? Talking to their moms. But before we go for the morning news, briefly, what do you think is making most of our men, the fathers, to abdicate their roles? Some of them are not just doing their roles. Some of them, is it the economic situation in the country? Is it as a result of drug? Why is it that the fathers we have in the past are not like the one we have right now?
Most women appear too expensive for the husband. For example, now the man has 8 children for the wife, or 9 children for the wife, and he says, let's live on one.
All right, I will pause you there, because I'm wondering, how can somebody have like 8 or 6 children? All right, and why some women will be living expensive life, making the husband to go and be thinking and thinking. We're going for the morning news. After the morning news, we continue with this conversation. Please stay. It is Daybreak Tuesday's edition, reaching you live from Edo Broadcasting Service in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. We're still on the family segment, and we're looking at father's legacies, or the legacy of the father. But it's all about father, because this month of June we are celebrating our daddies,
Yes, our
fathers, for the women, their crown and their glory.
Glory.
I hope you're celebrating, because this is their month. Please celebrate them. And we have some guests with us. We'll be talking about the father's legacies and how to ensure that the father maintains their role. Nobody can take their place, because it's ordained by God. Whether there is hardship, whether there is no money in the house, a father is a father. He's our glory and our crown. And Pastor Richrose Benson said only that we should learn to decorate
our father.
To decorate our head. Decorate your man. This is a month of
Yes.
decoration. Just decorate your man. All right, we're talking about the father's legacies. Before we went for the morning news, I was asking Reverend Dr. Oshiobughie, once again, thank you for coming, and Doctor too.
Pastor Doctor.
Okay. Reverend
Maxwell.
Dr.
Yes.
Pastor Ayomanor. All right. All right.
It's beautiful.
Reverend Dr. Oshiobughie, I was asking, why do we have the type of fathers we have right now, as against what we have in those days, where the man, when your father just like talk, everybody will just maintain? Why now we have nobody just care? But what is going on? Is it because of the situation in the country? What is happening?
And today, like I was saying earlier before we went on break, there are fathers who, in fact, fathers, one plays a leadership role. He also plays a protective role to the house, to the family. And where the woman wants to become the head, the woman wants to play the role of the father, it's always very difficult. Now, I was talking about a case of having 6 children, 7 children, 8 children, 9 children, even 10 children. And the man says, let's go for an apartment that I can afford. And the wife says, no, we must go for a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom flat. And the man's salary cannot even pay, maybe he receives, for example, he receives about maybe 100,000 naira a month. And what you are going for is about 250 or 300. And the man says, I can't afford that. Or let us buy this material, these clothes. And the woman says, let's go for a higher grade. And whatever that which the man is demanding for is higher than the man's income. Most of these men, they run away from the house. And the woman faces the responsibilities alone.
Those are irresponsible fathers.
Let's
take it.
Now look at another angle. Let's take our children to public schools. They have, that I can afford. And the wife says, no, they must go to private schools. And the fees are very expensive, and the man cannot afford it. And the man sees that the bills are becoming too much. He runs away from the house. He becomes an absent father. He has failed already, so he can't play his role. So the father has no voice in the house. Even though the mother is the breadwinner of the house, she shouldn't allow the children to know. I've seen a friend, he wanted to buy, the wife has a good job and has a good pay. And each time they want to buy fuel, he gives the husband the money, and the husband pays for the fuel. But where do you want to show up that I'm the breadwinner, I'm the one paying the children's school fees, and the children are seeing their mother paying the school fees? They look down on their father. So the father has no voice again, and there he has lost his own, role as a father.
All right.
What he's trying to say now, you are trying to say that fathers now, mother, they are the one that is
most mothers,
that is helping the father now to fail. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, yes, they're helping the father.
Okay. Before I go to Reverend Ayomanor, talking about the number of children. For instance, you said maybe 8, and you wanted like a 1-bedroom apartment, and the woman is going for 4. We are in the terrible times in Nigeria, and all men should know how to the number of your children. You just have to take note of that. Not that having 8, or except you are using that as an example, because we shouldn't encourage people to just be giving birth when you know that school fees and pampers is increasing daily. So you as a man, you have to just control what is in your home. If you cannot take care of one, don't just go for it. If you cannot take care of two, go for one, so that you cannot give stress, so that you don't give stress to your wife also. That is aside. Let me come to Ayomanor. Talking about respect, most men are crying today that women no longer respect them. Is that true?
Yeah, yes, to a very large extent, I would say it's true. Because a lot of times people do not even understand, when they say respect, they don't understand the definition of respect in marriage. Definition of respect in marriage, is different from, like my brother just explained, it's different from respect in the other aspects of life. For example, if a man, the father in the house is saying, this is what I want and how I want it, and you put, you start to say you're resolute on going the different direction, indirectly you're not respecting that man.
Okay.
So it's not about waking up in the morning and you are doing lakun, prostrating. Yeah, you are saying that, but I'm respecting this man. This man is complaining I don't respect him. In marriage, that is not the total sum of respect in marriage. In marriage, total submission to the rights, resolve of a husband in the house is what is called submission. It's what is called respect. It's not like the man is saying, okay, like he explained, I want our children to go to public school. The level of the finance that is coming into the house, the income coming into the house, and you say, no, I want my children public school. You are not respecting that man. So that is what we say, men crying for respect in marriages today. It's happening everywhere. And when you meet the women, a lot of times, like I explained just now, they will tell you, I'm respecting this man. The children respect the man. But what they understand by respect is the greetings, is the prostrating. Whereas respect in marriage is total submission.
Respect in marriage
is total
submission. Then from research, we have seen that when a man, a father, is a drunkard, it's likely that out of 1 out of 4 of his children we take after the father. So what do you say about that? Because we're talking about the legacy of a father. So what do you say about that?
But when you say father is a drunkard,
yes.
And it's not an established scientific research.
Drunkenness can be...
It's true.
No,
it comes through inheritance.
Can be any other way.
Inheritance
I'm just talking about.
I'm coming to that, but
yes.
I just want to establish that it's not scientifically established. But then, yes, we've seen it happen. A woman is a prostitute, is promiscuous. So sorry for the word, is promiscuous in marriage, Then you see maybe one of the daughters take after that trend. We've seen it happen. So like you explained, when things like that come up, that's where the spiritual partner comes in. You get it? For example, you look at your life as a father, this is a challenge. It's a challenge. You know very well that this is a challenge. You seek spiritual help. I've seen it happen. I've seen families where a man has a particular flaw that is disturbing. You get it? That's where the wife also comes in to help. Okay. You get it? When there's love and understanding, that this is a flaw, a weakness in the life of my husband. You understand? Talk with him politely. See how you can get spiritual help and spiritual assistance. So once that is done,
or medical assistance
or medical assistance, or psychological assistance,
whatever.
So once that is done, so the man now goes out of his way to say, this trend that I saw in my life, I don't want to see it in my children's life. Okay. Like I wrote a book, I will not suffer what my parents suffered.
All right, before we go, Reverend Dr. Oshiobughie, what are the legacies? Because these days, when we talk about inheritance, people will think about, the father having mansions, passing it to the children's children. What are the legacies should a father give to the children?
There are good names. A good name can take a father, can a child far. Now, a bad father, the children of a bad father will not get favored like children of a good father. There are names you mentioned. Today, I see children today. My name is Isego Sime Isaac Oshiobughie. Oshiobughie is my middle name. Isegosime is my father's name. Isaac is my first name. Most people have thrown away that Isegosime and they want their children to bear Oshiobughie. Now, if Isegosime was a good man and lived a good life, and that name is a well-known name, an household name, when you say, my name is Isego, so which is Isegosime? It opened doors.
Yes.
That alone is a good legacy. Anywhere you enter and mention that name, it opened doors. But it's not only about building houses and say, okay, my children, you take this, you take. That's not the area of legacy we're talking about.
Okay.
It's more than that. That repetition, that name you have made, open names. So when fathers are living their lives, they say, who was your father? A drunkard? An armed robber? Somebody I know too well? No. It closes that way for that person.
Or even a Yahoo boy. Because that's what's
let
ringing.
me come in here. Because I had this in mind. I'm so
The Luther also.
I'm so happy my brother talked about it. You see, the Bible says a good name is better than riches. I am privileged to come from a family of a name. My grandfather, Ayomanor, gave birth to over 80 children. And the 80 children, he had so many other children. But something happened that really interested me one time. There was an incident that came up on social media. Immediately, so many of my cousins, that everybody that we bury out the Ayomanors, a lot of them entered and we were finding out. And Ayomanor did that. And Ayomanor did that. They should do, people will come in, ask the question, and they were following up. And the good thing, by the following morning, they have found out that person was not Ayomanor. Wow. So, even my mother now told me and said, it can never be a Ayomanor family. So that gave me a sense of pride. That gave me a sense. So it gives us that consciousness that we are carrying a name that we must protect. We must protect the integrity of that name. Unfortunately, people do not have that mindset anymore. Fathers don't have that mindset. Like he said, the consciousness of a good name should be a legacy a father should want to leave for the children. Such that your son goes somewhere, mention your name, and people, because of that name, they give you assistance. They give you help. Like somebody, I was in a program one day, and the son of the late Bishop Benson Imasuen was there. And he was telling us some of his experiences internationally. He said he was somewhere and somebody asked him, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Feb Idahusa." And the person asked, "Which Idahusa?" He said, "The one you know." He said immediately all of them came, they were rendering him assistance. So he was just telling us how that name has really helped him along.
Wow.
Okay, in conclusion, how do we bring back or sustain this name we're talking about, the legacy? Because many fathers, they have indulged their children into a bad way of life, bad style, you understand?
All right.
So how do we sustain this?
My brother brought in something. I didn't emphasize it. It was in my mind. You see, our culture and value need to be resuscitated back. That's the very first foundation. Because when we talk about education, not everybody is privileged to have formal education. But the real education of culture and values begins from the home. I came across something on Facebook. On Facebook, one day, maybe some persons hearing us now must have come across this also, where a little child was about running, and the mother was running after him to spank him. And then somebody, the writer of that whatever, said, when we were growing up, we could be beaten for the following: for looking at an elder eyeball to eyeball, for not eating very fast, for not waking up early, for waking up too early, for sleeping late, for
crying after beating.
And we were listening.
Yes.
Then when I went to comments, so many people were just commenting, they were, "Oh God, thank you, my father. Thank you, my mother, for making me grow this." He said, "Children of these Indomie children do not know these things that we suffer there." I wake up 4 a.m. every morning. My mother ran a restaurant. You have to wake up. You just have to wake up. You wake up, help her in the kitchen before you go to school. If you don't wake up, she will come to where I was lying there. She will just tap me once and say, "Maxwell, wake up." She won't touch you the second time. So, in my mind, right in the sleep, I'll be telling myself, it's like she touched me just now. Because you know the next thing that will happen is water. She'll come pour you water there. She'll just come pour you water. Then they will cry. We thought it was wickedness. Now, I can't sleep beyond 4 a.m. I must wake up to pray. I must wake up to read. It has made me what I am today. So culture and values should be restored back.
Right.
We have to go back to culture and value. The school, we have to bring them back into our curriculum. You know, we have what they call Nigerian culture and so on and so on, under the general studies. You know, we have lost our nouns, we have lost our values. We need to go back. This needs to be introduced back to schools.
We are Africans.
You know,
Africans.
And we should not try to emulate the
yeah.
Western world.
Yes.
In there, you are out of your mind. You know, you try telling the father, you are out of mind. You know, we should go back and learn how to worship our fathers. We worship them. We prostrate and greet our fathers.
No matter what.
You kneel down and greet your mother.
He's the king in his home.
Whether he's rich or poor.
He's the leader of that home. You respect your father. Your father prayers take you far. You lobby for your father's prayer. It takes you far. When your father blesses you, you are blessed. When he places curse on you, you are cursed. You can't go far. So most people don't have regard for their father. They don't have regard for their mother. They believe they can go far. You can't go far. So one of the ways you can go far is for you to not just your father leaving a building for you, a house for you. That prayer alone is enough to take you far.
Okay. Thank you. Talking about the culture, it starts from your greetings. We find that in most homes, you see them, good morning, sir, good morning, man, as if they are not from a particular place. I grew up in Delta State, but why in Delta State? I know that it's Lamogun we greet. I've never been to Benin then, but I know that early morning, if I will tell my daddy, Lamogun. So let's go back to the culture. Let your children know your place. I mean, your roots, that's it.
Yes,
when your children know your roots, it brings that culture and it makes them to behave well when they go out. Fathers will love you. Our heads will love you. And to those daddies trying to ensure that there is peace, harmony in the home, we celebrate you.
Yes, celebrate you.
Thank you so much for your thoughts, Reverend Pastor Ayomanor Maxwell. Thank you so much. And Reverend Dr. Oshiobughie, we appreciate you for your talks this morning.
Thank you.
Daybreak continues after this moment. Please don't go away.
Singles Hangout.
Well, I've been searching for true love.
Edo Broadcasting Service in conjunction with the marriage counselor Richrose Benson Imasuen, aka Madam Love Wanted.
It's a beautiful Tuesday. Thank you for staying connected with us on Daybreak Tuesday's edition, reaching you live from the broadcasting service. We're on the last lap of this program this morning, and something great is happening in Edo State, Benin City this weekend, and it's all about singles and having a good time. Pastor Richrose Ben is with us because EBS is collaborating with you, you are collaborating, wherever there's a collabo.
There's a collabo.
There's a collabo.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fantastic weekend.
Wonderful one.
Wonderful one.
Yes, and we can't wait because I personally have been looking forward to a time like this where the legible singles, please mark the word, not just singles, but legible singles. And who are the legible singles? They are those who they've been singles for a while and now they have decided, I want to settle down and get married. So whether you're a man or whether you're a boy or you're a girl, that event is for you and it's coming up this Friday, 12 noon at Hexagon Hotel. We want to talk more about it.
All right, I'm talking about the legible singles. I just wanted to, those that are ready to get married.
Yes.
What about some married persons, for instance, or they have singles at home and they want to just still learn? Can't married people still come to?
Yes, they can. They can. I love this question you're asking me. They can. It's just that we are really out for the singles. We are out for the legible singles. But if you're a married person and you like, Because I remember like yesterday, a married woman, a matron, I don't want to call her name now, called that she's coming with a single and that she wants to call it be the event. Yeah. And I was like, no, it's not meant for you. You're married now. She was like, no, now, please, I want to be there. I said, okay, fine, you can come.
Because as if there are going to be bouncers there
Yes.
to bounce. I don't know bouncers. All right.
No, the bouncers are not going to bounce people out.
What are we going to expect? What are the things to expect? Because talking about these singles, hangout, a lot of persons they've gone to social media and there's no big deal. They can just sit at home and just learn it from their phone. No. So why is this? Let me use this Ula Balu single classic singles hangout. What is the different? What's this thing all about? What is going to be the distinctive future about this?
Yeah, like that word you rightly use, there's no big deal. But for this one, there's a big deal because when you come, you're going to learn a lot. I've had singles come to me and like, hey, I'm really scared, pretty scared, though I'm grown and I want to venture into marriage, but I'm really pretty scared because I see so many marriages out there that are not working. And I keep telling them that I'm from a family where marriages were really not working. Yeah, marriages were not working, but I made up my mind and I like, no, my own must work. And that's what I tell every single. Just tell yourself your own must work. And this show is actually coming up to help your own work out. So in this event, we are going to have time to teach you. We're going to teach you. And then a very big one will come, and that's the segment where you have you call it Q&S. That segment where you have to really own up and ask questions. And guess what? My God, strong men and women will be on ground to attend to you.
From your advert, I saw some people, people that distinguish people who are distinguished themselves in the society. You choose them. Why do you choose them? To
be the one,
to be the guest speaker
the special guest speakers.
Why did you do that?
Yes, for me as a counselor, if you watch me, if you follow my TV shows and my radio shows, you discover that number one, I don't do my shows alone. Number two, I do my shows with people that have what it takes to counsel and to help you. So we carefully selected those people in this event. Carefully because number one, there are people that have home fronts, whose home fronts are working.
Can we know them, please, again?
Number one is Dr. Azeme Azena.
Wow.
That's number one. Number two is my husband. Yeah, the man that have been managing me all these years will be on ground. The man that have been helping me do this work and then helping me counsel you, and then the man that have been able to manage me. Of course, I manage him too, and we've been able to manage ourselves. He's going to be there. He's not just going to be there. He's going to talk too. He's going to help you, say some things that will be of help to you. So that's Pastor Ben Imasuen. He's going to be there. Then Pastor Dane Gallo, that's another very, very strong man. He's going to be there too. Bishop Dominic Ipowoba, he's going to be there.
All right, you're just talking about Bishop. Hope we're not like going to go to church. Like you're talking about Pastor Azeme, the Pastor Maxwell.
Pastor.
Are we going to have comedians? Are we going to have some acting that will soften the spice? I don't want to go there to that Friday and as if I was on a Sunday service telling me about marriage. What's going to be like that thing
to spice it?
To spice. Do we have that, please?
Yes, we do. Like DJ Donsi will be on ground.
Okay.
He'll be on ground with his crew, and some of you that have had taste of him, you know he's not an ordinary man. He's a man that can cruise your time and make your time worth it.
What about the mingling? Because you go to some places like that, everybody will just sit. And you sit here, you sit man, we just listen to the pastor telling us this is how the marriage should work. Is there a time, a forum where people will mingle, exchange numbers?
I love this question you are asking me because it's the height of the event.
Yeah.
It's the height of the event. It's one of the core reasons for that event. There's going to be a time where we're going to all socialize.
Okay.
You're going to have to meet. In fact, we mandate you to meet with somebody. Go get somebody's contact. Let the platonic relationship start rolling. And from platonic relationship, guess what? It will end on the altar.
Yes, you can't not talk about.
Yes. Pastor Ken.
No, I want to mention that person.
Yeah, Pastor Mrs. Ken will be there, and there are so many other people there that when you come that day, you will see them.
Why
So
the special
You have just to mention that person's name.
well, for now, this is what I want
what
to
you
mention.
want to
I don't
mention.
want to
Not to
like I should reserve something so that when people come that day, like wow,
it's okay.
wow.
All right, the other interesting aspect, I think going to be like refreshment. I think
Yes.
it's going to be food. I mean food for us to like to step down.
If you follow my event, I don't do event without item 7.
Okay.
Item 7 is one core part of every event we do. So there's going to be item 7. You're going to have something to chew. You're going to have something to drink. And for persons too that like, oh, this kind of event we are coming, are we going to pay something? Yes, now. You're gathering people like that. We're gathering people, this kind of great men. We'll gather them, great men and women, and you come again, you have something to chew and drink. And you also have somebody that will link you up to somebody that will be a good wife or husband to you. And you're asking me if you're going to pay something, you certainly
Like how much?
going to
That's
pay.
you know the range when coming.
Yes, I how will I put it now? I made a statement on radio, and everybody, people have been calling, and they like, marriage counselor, you know now that you use that word, whatever you have, just come with it. I actually use that word. The fee is 5,000, but I actually use that word on radio, that whatever you have, come with it. You know why? Because we don't want to scare you with that rate,
Yes, that
5,000. It's also for you to know that we are passionate about your settling down. But when you come, whatever you have to support the program is accepted.
You're allowed.
All right.
So
So
again,
the
the
place once again, the time.
Yes, the place is Hexagon Hotel. Hexagon Hotel is along Gulf Road, just at Airport Road, just before Glass House. You see Hexagon Hotel to your right, left-hand side as you're coming from Ring Road. It's a very accessible hotel, and we are going to be starting at 12 noon on Friday. That's Friday this week, 10th of June, 12 on the dot. Please don't use there's no Africa time.
Mobile.
Sorry?
Mobile.
Your
Like a
phone.
vehicle.
Mobility, we expect people, we are not gathering aged men and women. We are gathering youths for crying out loud.
So they should
So
find
please,
their way.
youths are known
Yes,
for agility
yes,
and all of that. So find your way there.
And the place is like the center, the heartbeat,
Yes,
the
and-
center
Of
of
the city,
Benin.
yes.
And this singles art hangout we're talking about is being collaborated with Edo Broadcasters.
Yes, and Hexagon Hotel.
Hexagon Hotel,
Yes, yes.
ensuring that we have good families, we have good homes, and we have Edo relationship. I'll be there because I just want to know more. And
You want to see Auntie Josephine's face? You'll be watching how this one. Please
So you
come.
see- you see her
And
life.
Auntie Peggy will be there
yeah,
too.
and it's the
To see her
time
life.
for mingling. Oh yeah, focus.
Yes.
Focus.
Focus.
You're going to focus that day. You know your reason of coming, so
Yes,
just
yes.
focus. Like anything can happen.
Yes, anything can happen.
Something can happen.
Yes.
Yes, something.
something
I know, and I don't want to say that Auntie Josephine is legible single. Don't come that day looking for her, but well is allowed. Because
I'll be there to. I'll come for so many things. So let me tell you, I'll come for the food.
Okay.
Very important.
Item
And I will
7.
come for the mingling, and above all, I just want to hear, to get
Yes.
to know
More
before.
knowledge.
Because the day you stop learning, that's when
You
you
start
start
dying.
dying.
That's right.
I just want to learn from people so I don't make the same mistake also. I believe marriage is a beautiful place.
Yeah, beautiful.
But you just have to go there with enough knowledge. And when you lack this knowledge, don't think that you know everything.
Just come expecting.
Come go with your writing
Yes.
papers.
Yeah, please come with your writing materials.
Yes.
And in
Jot
case,
it.
very, very important.
So that you know those crook around you and those wannabes. It's a very. I want to thank Edo Broadcasting Service.
Yes, wonderful
Hexagon,
station.
and Pastor Richrose Benson for always spending our time
and
to
every
ensure that we
sponsor.
have good home.
Yeah.
The family is the bedrock of the society.
It is.
So I'll be looking forward to seeing you there. The time again is 12 noon. Some of us will be working, but please, just this is like a life thing. Like, okay, it's going to be a continuous thing, but for this year, because most of us will be settling down, the ideal is on the
Yes,
way. We just need to
Amen.
just learn this. So that's they just create time, meet your bosses, tell them, oh, I have somewhere going.
Just save the
12
date.
o'clock.
Just save the date.
Hexagon
Friday.
Hotel.
Friday.
12
Friday.
So,
we'll be there
Friday.
together.
and as a way of rounding up, we want to say, please do everything to be there. When you're coming, please touch up. Please touch up, just dress and just look take away, because we don't want to
And be
dull.
smart.
You know, men are moved by what they see, girls are listening. So please,
Decent dressing anyway.
yeah, decent, please. Decent all the way. Don't wear felegeje
Yes,
kind
so-
of dressing. Look touched up. And then you want to reach me for further inquiry. You want to like, oh, how do I? Just call this number 081 0564 1100 081 0564 1100. See you there.
So what about your Facebook account? Can you
Yes, just go to Facebook, Richrose Benson, Richrose, RICHROSE, then Benson. Just put a space Benson, then you are my
A
Facebook.
lot of EBS stars will be there that day.
Yes.
So just come. You will see all of us there having this good time with you. See you there. From me,
Okay.
have a good day.
Yes, for me, way of running up, read your Bible because it can transform you.
Okay.
Read your Bible. All right.
Very important. Very important.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Singles Hangout.
Well, I've been searching for true love.
Edo Broadcasting Service in conjunction with the marriage counselor Richrose Benson Imasuen aka Madam Love 130 and